Call the meeting
Oh,
open.
it's over here.
In order to open, pledge allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Wyatt.
Here.
Engel is absent for now. Reister is absent. Buns. Present. Stabell.
Here.
You taking a drink?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Consent agenda, anything to remove before I ask for a motion? Have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
What's the Spencer Ellingson?
That is the individual who I coordinated with getting the Frisbee disc
Perfect.
courses,
Thank you.
or the baskets themselves.
Got it. Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We have 4 public hearings. Open the first public hearing to gather public input regarding an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hudson, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to conflict of interest, and this is primarily to change the dollar amount as we interpret it. Anything written?
No.
Any oral? Close the public hearing. Public hearing number 2, public hearing I'll open the public hearing to gather public input regarding an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hudson, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to operating budget preparation. And this is primarily to have any increase over 2% be approved by a supermajority of council, and that happens as well as a few filing items. Anything written?
No.
Any oral comments? Close the public hearing. Third one, I'll open the public hearing to gather public input regarding an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hudson, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to solid waste control. And that's just a bunch of changes as required by the state. Any written comments?
No, sir.
Any oral? I'll close the public hearing. Public hearing number 4. Open a public hearing on proposal enter into general obligation refunding loan agreement. And that is for the refinancing. Any written? Hi, Brenda.
No.
Any oral comments? Close the public hearing. Item general government. Hudson City Council maintains the right to waive the first and second readings of the ordinances presented and may pass the third and final reading of the same ordinance within the same council meeting. Item A, discussion action to approve the second reading of ordinance 819, ordinance amending section 166.02 of the zoning ordinance of the City of Hudson, Iowa as amended by removing certain real estate from the A1 suburban agricultural district to R6 single-family residential. And just a minute before we ask for a motion, this is the one, we had the public hearings, we had the discussions, and there was a item filed by the adjoining property owner, which Heather researched, and Heather confirmed that, as we thought, that would be civil issue only, would not have any impact on this rezoning request. So I'm willing to either accept an approval of the second reading or waiver of the second reading and approval through the third.
I move to waive the second reading and approve the third reading.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Engel.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Buns.
Aye.
Stabell.
4-0. You're approved through the third.
All right.
Do we have to
Thanks.
approve the third? Is that just a motion to
That's
waive
part
the
of both.
second? We can do both in the same? Okay, just making sure.
What that you could potentially waive on here, so yeah.
Okay, as long as we didn't have to do them in separate.
So you're all good to go?
Waive the second.
All right,
Yep, thanks.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck on the building.
Thank you.
Are you sure that's okay?
Thinking through that.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
We've done that before, haven't
What
we?
did you just do? You
Normally,
I
don't
move
you,
to waive and approve, waive the second and approve the third.
Do we need
that's
to?
a motion, and then you have to
And then you have
approve
to-
the third,
Just,
right?
right. You
So
can-
your motion is to waive and go to the third.
Right.
Okay, so then I move to approve the third reading.
Then I'll second that.
Okay,
Okay.
discussion. Roll call on that one.
There you go.
That way we make sure we're covered.
Yes.
I always get confused.
I just want to make sure that it was done right, so.
No, you're fine.
Engel.
Might as
Aye.
well be-
Wyatt.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
Especially in light of the issue with this
Yeah.
one.
Right,
4-0.
that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, good point, thank you. Item B, discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 820, an ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the city of Hudson, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to the conflict of interest. Have a motion to approve the first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Stabell.
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
Engel.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
4-0.
This means that you can get paid anything more than $6,000 now.
Ever?
For services, you can't engage in a contract with the city on anything for greater than $6,000. Less than that you could, in theory.
So if I
Before it
was,
was 5, it's a state code provision that changed.
okay,
As a council member.
Right.
Or member of city
Right.
staff.
So let's say the city wanted to use Town and Country to do rehabbing, correct? And you guys were able to give a quote that redid the office at $3,500 to redo it. You guys could participate in that, and he would simply not vote on it, and you could still contract with them.
but if it was $10,000, he couldn't do it.
Correct.
Okay,
Well, that would help out for like
Yeah.
the window replacement that you didn't,
Right.
yeah, out at the,
Sewer fund.
yeah.
perfect, good to know.
Okay.
I thought it was more from a disclosure perspective than an absolute, so this is an absolute.
Well, that's the way I practiced with it, is
Gotcha.
that you can't participate in contracts for goods or services as a council member that benefits you more than that amount.
Okay.
That's
So
how
it would
I
be a
vote.
reason that Bill Colwell Ford or Blake Colwell would not want to be on city council, because as soon as you buy one vehicle from them, we're in conflict of interest.
That would be a problem.
Well, good thing he doesn't live in Hudson, so,
That's a good point.
right,
Yeah.
but Bill couldn't.
Right.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. Item C,
Yep.
discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 821, an ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the city of Hudson, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to operating budget preparation.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Engel. Bunce.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
4-0. Item D, discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 822, an ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the city of Hudson, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to solid waste control. Motion to approve the first.
Moved. Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Engel.
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
And just as a preview, when we have these on again for the second reading, in 2 weeks, I'll be open to waiving the second and then doing a third. Item E, discussion action to approve a special council meeting October 10th at 6 PM. The reason for this special council meeting is,
What
to
day of
do
week
the
is
next
that?
item on the agenda.
Thursday.
It's
It is a
30
Thursday?
days from today.
All right, so moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Now, item F, discussion action to approve resolution 2519, resolution declaring necessity and providing for notice of hearing on the proposed urban revitalization plan, and that is setting the public hearing for October 10th at that meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Engel.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
4-0. Item G, discussion action to approve resolution 2520, resolution setting date for public hearing and designation of the expanded 2017 Hudson Housing Urban Renewal Area and on the urban renewal plan, and that'll set it for October 14th, and this is regarding Twin Oaks.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
Engel.
Aye.
4-0. Item H, discussion action to approve resolution 2521, resolution taking additional action with respect to a general obligation refunding loan agreement, and this is to facilitate refinancing of the loan that is callable and then immediately refinancing it.
So moved.
And the actions will be on the 14th meeting, correct?
So it's one of our loans that
Yeah,
we're redoing?
we have a general obligation bond that's about $3 million and is callable now.
Yeah,
And that's got interest rates up to 4%.
Oh,
This
we
is the
can get
one
way
when
cheaper?
we refi it, we somewhere in the neighborhood estimated 170,000 savings
perfect.
over the life of it.
Okay.
Did I get a
Brenda moved, I'll second.
Okay. Roll discussion. Roll call.
Engel,
Aye.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Sibel,
Aye.
Buns.
Aye.
Approved 4-0. About 10 informational items in there, reminder items. Regular scheduled meetings held at council chambers except the electric board and library board. Public Works Committee meeting September 11th at 7 a.m. Mayor's Task Force I'm gonna cancel, I will be out of town and we've got nothing for that agenda. Personnel Admin Finance Committee September 23rd at 4:45 p.m. I should be back for that. Public Safety Committee meeting September 26th at 2019 at 4 p.m.
And we will be having that one with the addition of the new police chief.
Next council meeting is Monday, September 23rd at 6 p.m. Special council meeting October 10th at 6 p.m. and regular Monday, October 14th at 6 p.m. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Why didn't we have any discussion on that? I'm just kidding.
Because usually when I ask for it, we don't have any, so.